Hey, so this is the VR oil rig environment. Students take a field trip on a virtual oil rig where a teacher points out and explains devices used in drilling operations. The purpose of this work is to investigate how to improve spatial guidance behaviors in VR pedagogical agents. So, if a student misses out on an important detail that the teacher was pointing out, typical approaches respond with a simple prompt or indicator to guide back the student's attention. We designed a pedagogical agent architecture that improves on the interactivity during spatial guidance behaviors by implementing gaze-reactive behaviors. For instance, if the student's gaze is slightly off, the agent can offer more precise guidance on where to look. In the user study we did, subjects indicated a preference for behaviors that considered increased interactivity. So the key features of this all-rig demo is, one, we show 3 different teacher avatar behavior responses with varying levels of interactivity, and these are based on eye-tracked visual attention. 2, we have a virtual mobile device integrated into the VR environment to simulate distractions, and also the user interacts with the environment using this mobile device and answers questions about the teacher's behavior with it as well. And finally, we have a paper that offered insights into the perceived appropriateness of different teacher avatar behaviors. So here, in this environment, you will need to go and select this icon in the top left. So this will bring up an options menu. Depending on whether you're using a Vive Pro Eye headset or something else, you'll need to untick or tick Calibrate on Start. If you're using a Vive Pro Eye, leave it checked. If not, untick it. And then either way, you will always want to tick Skip Proctor Input. So now, have the user put on the headset and read the text on the screen. Once they're done, they can click on Start. This will start the eye tracking calibration. They will need to follow the instructions on the screen. Once they're done, it will bring them to this grid of spheres where they can then evaluate how close the calibration is in regards to where their gaze is. If anything looks off, you can always restart it in order to redo the calibration. Once they're done, press the down arrow key, and then press the right bracket key to center them. That way they will be in the same position, and they will view the teacher avatar from the most optimal orientation. Once they have read this, have them click on Start.
Welcome to our oil rig. This is a scale model of an offshore oil rig, and I'm here to teach you about how the drilling equipment works. In your hand is a mobile device that notifies you of various events or communications. Some messages may require you to acknowledge them before you can proceed. For example, I'm about to send you a text message. Please look down at your phone and answer my text by following the instructions on the screen. Great!
So have them follow the instructions on the screen on their mobile pad.
And answer my text by following the instructions on the screen. Great job! Now, I'm about to send you a quiz question. Please look down at your phone and answer the question that comes up.
So you can interact with the phone by moving your thumb around on the touchpad.
Please look down at your phone and answer the question that comes up.
Have them select the answer that is most appropriate. So the first one asks them to touch yes.
Please look down at your phone and answer the question that comes up.
The other one asks them about the weather on the oil rig, and they're always supposed to select clear.
Great job! Let's try practicing answering another question.
So here it's no, and then here it's truck.
Great job! At the end of each educational activity, you'll be asked to answer a few questions about my behavior before you can proceed. Please answer the question that comes up on your phone.
So here you can just have them press whatever number and then press it again to confirm, and then they can press anything on the press anywhere on the touchpad to continue.
This floor is called the pipe deck. The pipe deck is an open deck on the lower levels connected to the drill floor to aid in the transfer of drilling equipment. Drilling equipment is stored temporarily here prior to use in drilling operations, such as these blue barrels.
So here is one of the teacher's responses. They need to look in the direction that the teacher is pointing at in order for them to continue.
Supply ships will bring in drilling equipment and materials. These will be hoisted onto the pipe deck for temporary storage by deck cranes such as this one. The deck cranes on the higher levels move drilling equipment and materials from one floor to the other until they eventually reach the drilling floor. The pipe deck also has an entrance to the helipad. Crew members are transported between the different oil rigs by helicopters such as this one.
So here is a task that they need to do in order to progress. If they don't do this task, then the teacher will pause at the end and ask them to finish all of the tasks on their phone. So here I'm going to do the task on the phone. You notice the teacher has paused. This is actually a response, not a bug. Sometimes people may think it's a bug because the teacher is just not staying still. This is one of the teacher's behaviors. So if the teacher is paused and pointing somewhere, make sure the person looks in the direction the teacher is pointing at until the teacher continues. And this is only the case for the pause behavior. The other behaviors are one of them is more interactive. The other one just ignores where the student is looking. And so I will look in that there, and you will see the teacher continues
to go between the mainland and the offshore oil rigs. Now please answer all of the prompts on your phone.
So this will continue for 6 rounds. Here's an actual quiz. If you notice, if they answer wrong, it will actually tell them to try again.
Great job.
So here, now, you'll notice that they will need to rate the teacher's behavior. So in the demo, this is typically where I stop. If you want to show a more abbreviated demo, then you can go into the reviewer mode. But typically this is more than enough. But just for the sake of covering all my bases, I will also go into the reviewer, how to access the reviewer mode. So you will need to have them take off, or I need to take off my headset. And just exit out of here. And then I'll start it up again. And then in order to access that part of the experiment, you'll need to press a certain key. You will need to press the home key on the keyboard at this prompt specifically in order for the phase reviewer prompt to show up. So here I will press home, and as you can see, it goes to a different prompt entirely. So then they can click on start after reading this, and then it will show them an abbreviated version of all the 3 different teacher behaviors in response to a pre-recorded student being distracted. So this is more helpful if you want them to just watch or observe the different teacher behaviors. Normally I don't get to this point, but this information might prove to be useful. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the Kvasir all rig demo.